everyone, welcome back to today's YouTube video. So in today's video, we will be doing something special. That is, we will be making a stone paper scissor game in a Python program. Yes, you heard it right. It's a stone paper scissor game. So I know everyone has played a stone paper scissor during their childhood, and we have enjoyed it with our friends during school days, during meetabouts, parties, etc. So we are going to make the same game in a Python program, and it's going to be fun. And it is a simple project, basically focused for beginners to improve their basics and concepts in Python. So we will be using the main four important parts of Python, which the first one will be importing a random function. Then next we will be using lists. Then we will be using a while loop to create an instance of the game so that it continues processing. And lastly, we will be using a flow statement, that is an if and else statement. So without further wasting time, let's get into the video. Okay, so now let's start the main program, and that is, first we will have to import our modules. So for this program, I will be only importing a random module. So what does random module do? Random module input, we must give a list, and that list will be given out by any value, and that is random. So random will simply obtain any output from a given list, so that we will make a game a computer generated game. So what will happen is, we will put rock, paper and scissor into a list, and then we will use the random module to pick any options, and then the user will again play an option, and that is the way we will continue our game processing. So what I will do is, I will make a import a random module. So that's the first part of the program. Now let's go into the looping of our program. So I will just create a while loop, and I'll say is while through, which means while the cases are true, means while the program will keep on running. So I'll keep it a simple while through, and now we will start the main processing of all the program, which will remain in a while through condition. So first what I will do is, I will name it as user is equal to input. I will say welcome, please choose an option. Okay, so I will just create a simple user input saying that welcome, please create an option, choose an option. So what this will do is, we will be asking a user for an input, say rock, paper or scissor. That is the user's choice. So for that, first we will create a list. So what will be the list? I'll just name it comp list, list, and I'll explain you why I named it comp list, and I'll name all the available options in this game. So the first one is rock, the next one is paper, and the next one is scissor. Okay, so that's pretty simple for now. Let me just capitalize S. Okay, so this is the main list that the computer will generate values from. That is, one is rock, the other is paper, and the other option is scissor. So that's pretty simple. So now we will create user input, please welcome, please choose an option. So the user will choose whatever option he wants. So now let's say a user inputs an option. So I will just create this print, and I will print the user. Okay, I will just show you what I'm trying to explain you. So let me just try running my program. First let me Control S, save this program, and I'm running it on a Sublime rep, and run program. Welcome, please choose an option. So let's say I choose rock. Okay, so I choose rock. So rock is printed, means our input works perfect, and it's saying please choose an option back again. That is simply because we have created a while through condition. So while through condition is inputted, the program will keep on running. So it's as simple as that, nothing complicated. Okay, so the first part of our portion of our video is done. So what we want to do is, now let me just cancel this print user, and now we are getting a user input from a field. Okay, now we will create the option that the computer picks. So how I would do that? I will name a variable called as comp, and now I will be using the module that we inputted, that is the random module. So I will say random dot choice. So what this choice does is picks any single item from a list. So I'll simply in the parenthesis put the comp list, which has got the options of all the possible options for this game. And now let's just check if everything is working perfectly. So what I will just do is print user and comp. So we can simply use print function usually for debugging or checking cases in our program. So that is very useful when we have a print statement with us. Okay, so let me just run the program once again. Run. Please choose an option. So I'll say the user chooses paper. Okay, so he's got paper, and why did that not show? Just give me a while. I'm sorry, I did not save this program. So you always want to save this program before running it on Sublime Rep. And now let me run it again, and let me just cut the previous tabs. Okay, so please choose an option. I will say paper. Perfect. Paper, this is the option of the user. See, because I'll show you, we printed first user's option, so this is my option, and the other option is the user of the computer. So the computer picked up from this list, he picked up paper, and that is happening random. So that's the best part of this module. So I check again here. I'll show you another input, rock. So I choose rock. That's simple because I wrote down here rock, and here it's scissor. So the computer has picked scissor. So now we've got the first part of our game, that is getting input from a user and a computer. So a user is given rock and a computer is given scissor. So that works perfect. Now we will go to the next part, which is getting the availability of the game and seeing the cases in which the user wins, loses, or it's a tie. So let me just type that down, and now let me just, for the timing, delete this print statement of mine. Okay, so I've deleted this print statement, and now what I will do is I will obtain user input is done, everything is done. So now I want to create the options related to the user input. So that is simply, now let's say if a user creates an input which does not exist and which does not apply to us. So I'll give an example. Go to tools and let me run this program. I'll just explain you what I'm talking about. Run current file. Please choose an option. So the user by mistakes types rock, ROK. So that's wrong, right? There isn't any rock present for us. In rock isn't any word, first of all, and maybe he puts up 1 or any number by mistake while typing. Basically a typo error issue. So that's another issue. So it again returns back here without anything, without giving any error whatsoever, since the program doesn't know this is an error which does not need to be given as an input. So for that we will have to create an if else condition. That is where our flow statement comes into play. So I will create a if user. So what I'll do is basically its input should be present in this list, right? Because it should be a rock, either paper or either scissor. So what I will do is if user in comp list, if it is in comp list, then I will pass it. Means that is a proper input, right? Means the input is proper. If else I will intend this, and I will now print a statement saying that you have given a wrong input, since that isn't present in our list, right? List of options. So I will say you have written a wrong input. Okay, so this is it. You have written a wrong input, and I will just use the continue statement. So what does this continue do? It, whenever the program reads the statement continue, it forgets about all the code that is present after the continue statement, that is from line number 11 till the end of the program, and it forgets all that and reruns the program once again. So when the program will go to continue, so when it reaches here, it will go back again to the user input. So what will happen is, if the user gives a wrong input, it will see that the continue is present, so it will go back again so that the user can again re-input his value. So let's try this. Let me save this first, and now let me just close all these tabs present, tools, Sublime Rep, and let me go to my Python and run the file. Okay, so welcome, let's choose an option. So what I'll do is I'll first try rock. Okay, so that's simple. Now I'll show you something. It says that you have written a wrong input. See, I typed rock and rock is present even over here, but why does it say that you have written a wrong input? It's very simple. If you notice, my rock starts with a small r, while the rock present in the list and all the other words in the list start with a capital letter. So that's a big difference. In Python, I'll show you. Rock is not equal to rock. These are two separate words stored in Python. Python does not understand, the program does not understand that this word and this word mean literally the same. So we have to make a computer, a program understand that these words literally mean the same. So what I will do is, I will simply, first I will cancel this statement of mine, and where my user input is present, I will use dot capitalize. And what does this dot capitalize do? It simply capitalizes the first alphabet present in your input. So let's try this again. Let me save it and let me close these paths and tools, Sublime Rep and Python, run current file. Please choose an option. So let's try rock. Okay, rock. It says please choose an option, welcome, which means the program is correctly, successfully worked, the input is proper. So I'll even explain you back again. I will say print pass, which means we will understand that this portion of the input is proper. Since it is gone in the if condition, means everything is working perfectly. Okay, and let me just run this back again. Sublime Rep, Python, run current file. Please choose an option. I will say rock. Pass means everything is working perfectly. Though we put a small r, it worked perfectly. Now say the user types with a capital R. So let me just try this. ROCK, and that worked perfectly. I'm sorry, that did not go perfect. Okay. Space, rock. You have written a wrong input. Okay, so that is because I used a space. So excuse me for that. Okay, and now let me enter this pass. Okay, so everything is working perfect. Welcome, please choose an option, means it's going back to the same portion of the program, since we have used a while condition, while through condition, so we do not need to have any issues with that. So that's it from the first part of this game tutorial, where I taught you gave it an explanation of random module, the reason of using through, and we created an input field for our user, and we created a value for the computer. So if you like this video, do drop a like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and I will be back soon for the part 2 of this video. Thank you.